I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the streak. Best out of 5 series, and we're not in a collared shirt. I mean, just the multiverse is all over the place. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. I will be everything behind the screen for you today, as my name is Sino, and I'm excited to bring you this production, my 3rd ever grand final for Kyanite. Around this time last year, we were here doing our first ever when I was just starting out. So, without further ado, I'll get rid of the yap and get straight into the game, and we'll be right back. As we wait for our ban phases to finish up, this is going to be a best out of 5. We're going to be in for a very lengthy day. So, what do we think we should address first? I think before we spoil all the fun, let's take a look at the lineups here today, ladies and gentlemen. Lining up for Obey, you'll have Nike late sub in for JBA, Andy, Bars, Creepy, and Snoozy. And lining up on the opposition will be the well-known, well-feared Stretch, Sicko, Viz, Zemphy, and Tom the Bomber. Lots of familiar names. Everybody knows either side here, and 2 notorious teams that know what they want to do. Are we excited? The answer is yes. Do we know what lies in store for us today? The answer is no. So, without further ado, let's wait for them to finish up the ban phase, and we'll get straight into the action. So, ladies and gentlemen, best out of 5 series. The first of those 5 will obviously be Cafe Dostoevsky. The second will take us on over to the well-known Clubhouse. Third will be Border. 4th, Chalet. And 5th, if we need, all maps will be Skyscraper. Bear with me here while I try to adjust my audio so I can hear myself when I am yelling at a mic aggressively. Obey, off of their very, very well-known winning streak here, at least for all I know, all games that I've watched on their end, has been a very easy win for them. Taking a look at 5-2. I haven't been able to cast a lot of them recently, but they're just known for their playstyle. Sometime in the past, we've watched the Order disband and have most of its players go on to 5.2. So, I mean, a mix of 2 rosters is a little crazy. Zemphy, Tom, and Jeff Sicko all teaming up is going to be a little bit of a crazy build. But without further ado, without the yapping, let's get straight into it. Now, taking a look at addressing Cafe upstairs. Lots to be done here in this short amount of time. You have to be able to address the certain areas without letting that clock get out of hand. Now, you have the Azami, but not brought so far. Looks like 5-2 going for a little bit of a passive approach here, as they are on their opponent's turf. You have Obey picking this map, which means they need to be able to not get stomped on, because that momentum, regardless of whose map it's on, when it gets built up, it becomes a problem to have to deal with. As they continue and look to try to find something here. First boot on the ground will be the man himself, Creepy, looking to address anybody playing in a Cigar or CS. So far, looking to address this head on, baiting at the breaches. One man sitting in the corner, but will be aided by that bulletproof camera. As the attackers decide to start to circle around, try to find first blood. Damage is being taken from the corner in Cigar. That camera remains intact and will become a problem, but low C4 does claim the life of Creepy. And that's first blood of these 5 maps. Can they continue to build upon this? They're dealing the damage. They have the stims waiting for them if they can get into a close range to be able to receive. Grimps getting sent in, 1 stim received in the meantime, and now they look to address the internal plays and the affairs of this site. Nike evening it out, taking care of Zemphi's face. You'll take one, an eye for an eye, is the name of the game. Is now it's left at level with a minute left on the clock, as both teams still continue and try to find their gunfights, but it'll be Bars to advance on towards the bathroom, trying to find that gap, but Stretchy feels it almost instantly. White there is going to become a problem here. Jeff kind of whiffing, but Nike's in the middle of the site now, making this a big problem. Freezer needs to be held down here. 2 players at 1 HP. Stretchy goes down and Jeff left so low. You can't expect one man to do anything and everything. And that'll be the first round done, dusted, and in favor of Obey. Well played beautifully by either side here. They started off with a bang, but it just seems to be 5.2's loss as Obey built off of their losses. The first kill, C4, was a big problem to have to deal with, but they adapted, they managed, and they reeled it right back in and claimed that first round. And that is exactly what makes teams good and great. Drone economy usually becomes a problem on a map such as Cafe, but as of now, doesn't look to be posing too much of a threat here for Obey, as they either park him outside or bring him in for a nice little treat. But the main idea should be preserving the drones, trying to keep your angles in and trying to capitalize upon them. As of now, we're not seeing any of that. We're just seeing the aggression. You had Nike make that very easy entry, allowed entry into sight, and found himself with the case in his hands and 3 kills next to his name. Subbing in for JBA, you want to make that good impression. That's exactly what he'll do. All about external play, and the mid floor will be the next name of the game. 5.2 will not spend any time dreading on losing that upstairs round. But I'm mistaken. It looked like it was the mid floor, but they will retry the site. They don't give up early is the name of the game, and we'll see how they'll try to address it. As Andy has found himself in a very easy situation. I mean, you got blown up the last time around. Your teammate got eviscerated from the torso down. Let's hope you don't manage to make history repeat itself. A minute taken off the clock, and right now, they're in a similar spot. Looking to address Cigar, opening up everything that needs to be open to be able to have a successful push, leaving Stretchy in a very uncomfortable situation in the terms of being able to try and deny the advance throughout the Cigar area. Now, for Terror Charges, fly on any EMP will miss and will allow more utility to get fried here for 5-2. So much time left in the round and so much utility being burned might be a problem here. If they lose the shield, it could be all hell broken loose in Cigar, as they won't be scared to get aggressive. The shield is currently what's holding this site together, and right now, Jeff looks to try to open up his killing spree for his team, but it'll be Snoozy to get on the feet first. Can anybody refrag it? No, it just makes matters worse as Barce will find the next. You guys need to get aggressive somewhere. Jeff finally reels it back in, but Viz whiffs, loses all his health, and now you're left in a very separated space where you guys have to go for that individual clutch factor. Jeff finding 2, Stretchy reeling it back in, evening it out. leaving it at level. White taken care of, and that stretch for another. Look at this teamwork. Only 2 players to take care of the 5 on the team of Obey, and it looks like this round has quickly turned paths as now Stretch and Jeff look to rise to the occasion, but Creepy's not having it. No easy entry, 1 HP. Jeff stands in between one man, the case, and his HP. This shotgun is lethal even at that range, and Creepy needs to be mindful of that. Almost time is in your favor, but almost no health, as the castle also stands in between you and trying to find something. Becomes a problem now as you have to play Ring Around the Rosie with a lethal shotgun. Clock ticking down, 30 seconds left on the clock, and it's just Jeff and Creepy. But it looks like you'll just be living in Creepy's world. He'll take the first tick of damage off of you, but you still have so much more left in your pocket. Somehow, some way, the 100 HP operator is going to win it after being at 1, beamed down to a sliver of health, and that will be the round done and dusted. Obey will claim 2, even after the heroic efforts of Jeff, Sicko, and Stretchy. I mean, 4v2 right down to a 2v2 in a matter of 5 seconds. I mean, you pray for times like that, but it's given away ultimately through the aggression of Stretchy and then given up completely by Jeff. I mean, you guys did so much to put yourselves in a good position and then threw it all away 5 seconds later. Now, what is the next name of the game? Usually, this is the group stage of tourneys at this time of year. We're in late May, early June, and that season is for early group stages. But as of now, we're in the grand final of this league, and these guys need to be able to address what's going on with their team. One man has taken care of the solo heroics, and it's been dissected now and given to everybody, as Obey has everybody almost going positive with Snooze falling shortly behind. Lots left to do here, even if you're on your opponent's turf. 5.2 need to be able to address something in somewhere. Verticality looking to get established. It'll be Snooze playing with his boogie drones upstairs. He's smarter than giving up a first pick, taking care of it. F-Nots prepped in Bakery. A very extensive hold here, and they have to be able to take matters into their own hands. It's all about who can get first pick here. Viz finding first blood and making the narrative in his favor. 5.2 continue to build off the lead, even denying the small Bakery, and now Jeff makes matters worse. Hard Reacher and Flank Watch now gone. Stretchy put in a bad spot. That G8, you don't want to be on the receiving end of it, as now Creepy for 2. That individual clutch factor just plays into his hands almost every single time, and that'll be 2 kills to rein it right back in. Zemphy responds to put it right back up. They are in this right again. They'll find themselves up a body, and Creepy looks to get active yet again. They look to try to address Bakery, but Viz is not having any of that and looks to find his third. It will connect, and that'll be the round. 5.2 have in response. Upstairs, a curse, and that Bakery will break the deadlock. I mean, so much left to grind for. You will have that triple kill from Viz to win you that round, but just the individual factor cannot be let out of hand. You just have one man by the name of Creepy destroying your whole team. But thankfully, you have another man named Viz to take care of business. Looking now to try and win that upstairs site. You are now 0 for 2 in holding it. One round was much closer than the other, but it's still about how you can play as a team. That mid floor is very underrated, but it just looks like 5.2 doesn't want to touch him. 6 rounds in total for this defense, and hopefully they'll be able to try and make that comeback. The deficit's only 1. As long as Obey doesn't build up the lead, we're looking at a very comfortable situation here. I mean, just quiet central over here as the window's left untouched for now. There you go. They look to start to begin and address it. The bailiff will take care of the hatches as they look to do the same exact play they've been running for the last 3 tries. They look to address the hatch first, move in next, and then build off upon that. The question is, can they do it in a timely fashion? Time runs out very fast, especially when you're very locked in. And for this team, it hasn't been a problem yet. So far, looking to address Cigar first and then move on to the advancing of aggression. Nobody playing off the park windows, and now they are given easy access, as now they have so much space to be able to walk in. If they can do what they've done the last 3 times around, we are going to be seeing a completely different narrative. First, Castle will break down. The Grims will get sent in right after them as they look to continue and build off of the same play. Ace taking care of those cigar walls. Now they've opened up 2 areas of entry. Make it 3 as Creepy will put himself in the spot of Grand Piano. So much space now wedged in between these defenders and attackers. And if one pick falls again in the favor of Obey, we're looking at a completely different narrative. As it does, Jeff falls first and his teammates soon to be pinged by the Grimbees as that Hive Juan launcher gets sent in. Very smart use of utility there. Creepy uses his Blunt AMP to be able to detect the pings. And he finds 2. And where is he is the question. He's just sitting all the way back, taking his time. Tom finds 1, Viz finds the next, but he can't find it. But a quick trade makes it a quad for Andy. I completely missed it because he's silent but lethal. Wasn't doing any type of heroic play, and it still managed to work out in his favor. And that will be Creepy to get 2 to close it out. In, out, and get business done. As now Obey are making this an absolute one-sided affair. Advantage has now been grown out to 2, and so many different plays are going on by so many different people that I am finding myself lost. I mean, Andy's just parked out in the back of Cigar, deleting 3 people, and makes it 4, trading with that last, making it so his team barely has to lift a finger to be able to close out the round. Finally, they take the caster's memo and they'll head on over to that mid floor. They'll have the castle granted. They'll have all the operators they need for success. The question is, do they have enough to cinch it? Because you've been falling short every round. Just 1 will allow you to be able to put yourselves back in this game. A 4-1, a 5-1 scoreline is a completely different one than a 3-1. It's still very, very achievable. It's all about what you can do to be able to try to bring it back. First blood favor of Guess Who Scooby-Doo, and he'll take care of the face of Zemphy. Not having the greatest of matches, he's getting taken care of quite easily. And now, that's the gap found and executed upon. I mean, Obey, they're so quick to hop on whatever they need to be able to try and capitalize, because this is the 3rd time we've seen this happen. First blood favor of Obey, and they look to continue to build off of it, as they will be granted a 1-man buffer to be able to try and pick apart this defense. They look to try and address this mid-floor. So much left to do, and it looks like they're still up to the task. Snooze will take care of Sicko, and now you'll find Viz to take care of business. That'll be next kill, and guess who? It's 4. Obey take care of business yet again. Viz, Heroics taken care of, and Snoozy again. Individual hero factors literally only go for 1 person. It switches in and out of each round. Stretchy having to deal with the straight assault of the team of Obey. It gets worse and worse by the round, and that'll be 1 man by the name of Snooze to find 4 to take care of business, and that's the next round. I mean, I'm getting tired of saying it, to Obey. 4-1. Now the scoreline's starting to become a little unrealistic, and we might have to head on to map 2 with a blowout in our hands. me find these noise canceling headphones. Can't hear myself speak. Sounds stupid as hell. Hold on with me, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We will head on over to looking at this beautiful, whatever the hell this is, random outhouse. Now, we'll head on over to Bakery. The only round they've won so far. And it becomes a problem when that round was won on the whim of a triple kill from the man named Vizix. I mean, just look at how easy Bakery fell in a matter of 5 seconds, even after you got that first pick. I mean, the case wasn't even in his hand. He just hops in, gets business done, and executes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But right now, not so beautiful for 5.2 because they have 3 rounds left unaddressed. The question is, where are their heads? Is it going to come back when they're on their home turf next map, or are we going to see a continuous beatdown as they will head on over to Clubhouse right after this? God damn it, why does my headset keep falling off? Looking now to try and address Freezer next. Hopefully they'll be able to make something out of it, as Obey has been trying anything and everything and has been working out mostly. This has been the only site they've somewhat struggled on. First blood soon to go down here, but it's 5v5 and they continue to look to get aggressive. Bars, you have a nice surprise called that buckshot shotgun, and if you walk close to this barbed wire, you will be erased from the lobby. Let's see the heroics pulled off here. F-Naut's hitting one man, backed up by Nike. It'll become a game of who can find first pick. Look at that swing, the aggression from Zemfy somewhat holds off the aggression, but Andy looks to just progress, quickly refragged out, but the bodies drop like dominoes. This is a 4v2. They're dropping everywhere. Tom looks to hold it off, but now you're left all alone in a 1v4 situation with the attackers knocking on every single possible door, and you'll fall short. Bakery fallen, and now the safe haven that 5.2 had once won has now fallen, taken care of. And now that is going to be 1 round shy of the match point as we watch the attacker-defender switch. .2. Let's hope your attacking looks better than your defense, or we're going to be in for an interesting series. You now have 4 rounds to answer on the opposing side, and on your opponent's turf, this might be a little hard to be able to try it and bring back. It's all good. We're only on the first map out of a potential 5. Let's see, and let's hope they can reel it on in, because nobody wants to see a best out of 5 go 3-0. Spawn Peak looks to get aggressive here. That TCSG, you don't even need to miss. You need to hit 2 shots to be able to deal a good amount of damage. Maybe even find a down on a 1 armored operator. The question is, do you have enough? Are you locked in? Are you willing to die for it? And the answer is no. 15 seconds in, and as of now, they'll be looking to just address the site normally. Now, it all matters on who can find this next kill. It's all about the first picks, I would say, for this series. And as of now, it's been just one-sided. Obey, finding pick after pick after pick. Aggression completely left unaddressed here. And hopefully, they'll be able to change that narrative. Castle is going to be brought. The only different person on this roster comparing Obey and 5.2 is Yazami. Finally utilizing this operator to be able to hold down Cigar. 5.2 took the laid-back approach and tried to hold Bathroom in the corner of Cigar, which becomes a problem as they look to continuously knock on the door. Andy almost goes down first, but that'll be a blunder from the ace. Jeff to take the damage, and Zemfy to finally close it out. That's first blood in the favor of 5.2. Finally, Zemfy to find the next, and it looks like everybody here has their own round. But Jeff Sicko looking to capitalize. Hasn't been seen these last 2 rounds, but looks to capitalize. Will find the first for himself this round. Looks to walk in, but Viz already takes care of that business. Snooze. 5 attackers circling like sharks, looking to find you. The question is, can you find them? The plant going down. They're all looking for you. And Jeff Sicko will deliver the final 2 bullets to deliver the deathly blows. And that'll be finally a round for 5.2 as they close out that deficit to 3. He'll head on over, ladies and gentlemen, to that bakery. And right now, 5.2, a completely different looking specimen on the attack. I mean, where the hell was that coordination on defense? It was not looking good, but this is beautiful. I mean, you've switched on to a different side and started it off with a bold statement that screams we're not going down easily, and hopefully we can push to those double digits. I hope those double digit rounds start to let things boil up, especially for the first map. I mean, I know for a fact my voice is definitely going to be lost by the end of this stream, but I'm excited. You know why? Because it's not every day that it is a grand final. But let's see. I've seen some interesting things here in my 3 grand finals in this league. Hopefully it won't be bad interesting. I want to say this is the first time I've seen these 2 teams face it off in a grand final. Every other time has been a semi-final. Previously, it was in Scissors Winter League, where 5.2 got eliminated by Obey, and then Obey went on to win the whole thing. And then we were watching not these players. We were watching Zemphy and Tom, but Jeff wasn't on the team at that time. So everything's different. This can be a unique best out of 5, and it can be a first of its kind, but these guys need to pave the way. They need to be the pioneers for 5.2. But the answer and the question is, are they going to be able to do it? The answer is, for me, this map maybe not, but they have 5 maps to prove themselves. They look to address the bakery wall first, the prep wall almost being opened up, but Andy already there, wire in hand and ready to rise to the occasion. That'll be 1 Selma charge taken care of. The Flores drone running short as the Rotero charge is going to be taken care of, and now they look to try to build up off of this pressure. Approaching that 90-second mark, and all that's left to show for the attackers is no damage done and utility taken care of. F-Knots left unaddressed. You have the Twitch, but the question is, can you get it to be able to find these F-Knots before they find you? Viz finding himself on the complete opposite side here, looking to address Whiskey all by himself while everybody else droning out Fraser, looking to address another side, and maybe a rotate is going to be the name of the game here. They look to open up the small bakery wall, but are you not going to expect a man sitting in coat to shoot it? I mean, you guys have to be mindful of your utility. First blood is instantly refragged out. Jeff onto Andy, and Andy onto Tom, as now it is left right back up at level. There is not a single dull moment left in this. The Twitch, you have Viz trying to pave a path for himself to be able to get aggressive, shooting out the F-Knot. Now has the ability to potentially find himself in a beautiful area to pinch these defenders. You need to add this pressure. You've left it at 1 hit. That's exactly what you'll do. Castle left speechless. That'll be a kill for Viz. He'll take care of Creepy, and now it's sprung into action. The idea here is to continue and pressure this man in coat, because once you do, sight has become a clam with a pearl inside, as now Zemphy will take care of Bars. And this is looking like a completely reformed 5.2 as they look to just walk in. 2 bodies advantage. You'll have Viz sprint in full speed. Zemphy to the aid of Vizik. Snoozy reels it back in, but is it going to be in a timely fashion? Because yet again, they look to circle like sharks. You have the pressure from prep. You have the pressure from everywhere, but you can't even take down the first obstacle. Jeff Sicko, sock in his hands, will take care of business, and that'll be another round in the favor of 5.2 as they continue and approach closer to this lead. They will take us on right back downstairs. Maybe they thought this was a worse situation to be able to address, but I mean, we're seeing 5.2 wake up here. They've finally risen to the occasion, and this is all about if they can continue to play catch up, because if Obey wins that 1 round, they're heading on to the match point and they're in a completely different level. 5.2 though, they're looking 2 for 2 so far in attack. If they can continue to build upon this, we're seeing a completely different scoreline and maybe potentially an overtime match. First idea is going to be to try to use the Rayora, the Rorora, I don't know how the hell to pronounce it. They look to play here to try to cover out these Selmas and give yourselves temporary cover. Impact no longer will be there. Melissa will use the second. Andy looking to address it for the second time because this operator, although I think is useless, does provide a good amount of utility. One hole being opened out into Bakery allows an angle. The question is, are you going to be able to address the man swinging you from coat simultaneously? Viz, I mean, history repeats itself twice. He finds himself trying to address this area yet again. Tom losing so much health, and Jeff Sicko, boots on the ground, getting active. Camera locates him temporarily. He's empty, covering his back. That's teamwork at its finest. Jeff just 2 shots away from capitalizing. 4v5, one man on the stairs makes this a problem, but Stretch makes sight so much more realistic to take care of. Where the hell is Andy going? Tries to get aggressive on a run out, but no bueno. As now Bars falls, Creepy looks to fall next, as now we are finding the turn that we did not expect. Andy falls, and that's a flawless round from 5.2. What is happening? One round now stands in between them and a comeback as 5.2 have evolved into a team that takes care of business round in and round out. What just... I mean, I'm speechless. What the hell are we experiencing? This completely took a turn. I don't even know how to address what we've just witnessed. They'll go up to that second floor. At least they didn't get flawless twice on it. And the question is, are they going to be up to the task to try? And keyword is try, to try and reel it on in. Castle, I mean, he's been brought almost every single upstairs hold, but I haven't seen him utilized a single time. I mean, there's been no jammers to be able to protect it. We've seen it blown up within the first 30 seconds, and utility has just been non-existent in his favor. A zombie being utilized for one team. Obey, they try to find it, but I mean, maybe this is where you call a timeout. You're gifted one 1-minute timeout every single map. Capitalize. It's always what I like to say, the console teams that don't like to call their timeouts, and I don't understand why. You have it, make use of it. Yes, you don't have a coach in your ears, but it does make sense to be able to call that timeout, try to find out what's going wrong, and address it again. Scopos left on the ping, and I'm only gonna guess. I don't even have to look at the HUD to know that's Andy. He always looks to try to do this and find that run out pick, but he'll be unaware of that drone. Looks like he has the idea. Andy, if you run, you put yourself at a big risk, and you're gonna have to look to transfer, but you'll have Viz already on that, and that'll be 5.2 to find first blood yet again. Look at that teamwork. Look at how they're playing it out, and this is the team that I was expecting to show up here today. Looking to rewrite history. Maybe not in Kyanite, though, because Obey has the worst record, or just in general, Wild Boys teams do not have the best record in finals in this league. They need to change their narrative, but right now it looks like they're falling asleep at the wheel. That lead gone to their heads as now they find themselves down a man in the round that will either decide if they're going to match point or finding themselves in a comeback that only those could dream of. As we're left at the 90-second mark, you'll have Obey trying to play passively, but it will be the continuous aggression from 5.2 to continue and find their picks. Grand Piano established. They'll have them knocking on the doors of Ticket, Cigar, Shaiko. They're here. They're up to the task. Creepy getting aggressive in the perfect time. Capitalizing on Jeff not watching the cross, finding a kill, putting it right back at level. We approach that 1-minute mark, and now it's going to be who can win your gunfights. And it just looks like Creepy's a one-man show. 10-6 is his name as he looks to continue and build off. Bars, close in with the shotgun. It's a bipolar shotgun. That super shorty sometimes does the job, sometimes it doesn't. Interested to see if Cigar will be the name of the game. How will be able to address this close range fight? No roamers. 5-man bunker now turning to a 3v3, making a 3v2. Bars is up to the task. The plant looking to go down. Who the hell's here to address it? Impact used. Snooze takes care of that case, and it'll go loose as now 1 man outside. External play becomes internal play. Cigar Shop, the name of Viz. You've had 11 kills. You haven't found yourself in a 1v3 yet. 1 man sitting close. You seem to know that. You'll capitalize. An ace needed to win. You have the health achievable, but time is against you. You've had ice in your veins for the last couple of rounds, but now it's all about the time. The coverage was not there for the first plant. The question is, can you find these 2 picks? They continue to play ring around the rosy with you. They bait you. It's so achievable if you take care of the gunfight, but you're too low. You'll fall short to the super shorty. It'll get the job done, and that'll be the round in the favor of Obey. They've woken up and they've advanced on to the match point. I mean, I don't understand what is going on here. Either side finding themselves in a little bit of a pickle. I mean, we're finding trades. We're finding interesting areas of the map being dissected. I mean, you have Andy getting full droned out. It was beautiful, honestly. We should have put that on the replay, but I mean, it was only a kill. That was beautiful teamwork, though. They droned him out, they pinched him, and even when he tried to use his contingency plan of run, bitch, run, he got taken care of. That's the only way to describe it. Interesting, though. Interesting the way they've been playing it out. I mean, Andy sitting passively, he had the feeling of a drone watching him. He even looked around. We saw him for a second look for the drones, but I mean, when he realized that he can't find it, Buddy just took a second and said, all right, maybe if we don't move, they'll never see us. But I guess a robot sitting in the middle of a cafe didn't kind of, you know, camouflage it. But regardless, his team will manage to rise to the occasion, as now it will be match point for Obey. They're on their home turf, and they're letting it ease up a little too close before it'll become a problem here. Early gunfight. Andy and Zemphy. Zemphy not having the best start to a game, but now managing to find himself in a very good spot, as he'll find himself lower mid-table, but still positive. Vigil looking for my grandma, and that kill could have gone very, very south for Obey, but Andy now finally finding a successful roam and finding first blood. Nook taken care of, and that'll be your stealth entry. Gone and taken care of. Nike looks to continue and build off this lead, but baited perfectly into the hands of none other than Jeff Sicko. But lucky for you, you have a doc. The question is, can this doctor get to you in a timely fashion before you get executed? They look to execute him from the pillar. He's already safe. He's gone. And a stim will go on now. Bodies dropping like flies. And again, you continue to blink and miss the action. I mean, it's going all over the map, but it'll just be Viz to find 1, 2, and 3. Leaving it 90 seconds with his team in a 2-man advantage. And it's just Viz's world. It's only his realm, as he has 15 kills next to his name. And so nonchalant, he'll hop on his Twitch drone and reset to take care of utility. Back up, F2 primed. He looks to build on that, but Snooze has a different narrative to pursue as he'll reel it back in. Bars for the next, leaving it at a 2v2. Viz, the heroics need to be found. A potential ace is going to need to be found to be able to try and hold it out. Vulcan popped a little bit too early. You'll have another one to be able to rely on, but they only burn for 20 seconds. Be mindful of it. Verticality, it looks like to be a double play, but no, they'll head on directly for the site. Breach charge utilized, and now pop it before it's too late. Snooze, accompanied by the Vulcan and his teammate, and the goo mines that are slowly regenerating in his pockets. He'll have 3 in the pocket. The drones locate the 1 man. Another looks to try to walk up white here, but now it'll all be about who can find this next pick. Bars puts his boots on the ground to try and help out with this hallway. And good for you, because now they're coming knocking on this very compact hull, and it's all about who finds the next kill. Legs found, you know how to capitalize, but you just hit the metal railing, becomes a problem, and Stretchy looking like Dory, just lost in the middle of sight. That'll be game dusted as Obey managed to cinch it oh so close and send us to map 2 with the first in their hand. Clubhouse, home turf for 5.2, where they have to redeem themselves, will be the name of the game. And just wow, what a game that's been. Both teams, it started off as a one-sided blowout, but 5.2 really brought it back in. They reeled it on in, and that's exactly the type of action we are looking for in this series. Without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to minimize as many breaks as we can. There will be ad breaks because I try to put them in the waiting screen. Make sure to follow if you're new. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. I told y'all, I'm not messing around today. We're here, we're for business. We'll take care of the post-game analysis after we take a look at what's ahead of us for the day, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, Clubhouse. To sum it all up, I mean, it was nothing short of cinema that last game. They know exactly what they wanted to do. They capitalized, but they did it a little too late. I mean, both teams had their own individual W factors. I mean, one of them claimed a lead of 5-1 within the first 6 rounds of the game. The other closed that difference out to 4-5 at one point in the match. Absolutely beautiful. But they fell short, and that'll be Obey to win their own map. Clubhouse, the home turf of 5.2, needs to go completely different. Because if we see a similar Obey game, we are going up to a 2-0 series. Both games have been a little bit interesting. I mean, you've seen the playstyle of Obey. They always have the same relentless method of just continuing to assault until there's nothing left. And I mean, W to them. But 5.2, that methodical drone, that methodical utility use has been beautiful, especially in those last 3 rounds where they tried to close out that comeback. They tried, and they tried. But ultimately, we are left at map 2 where they are down a map. Gotta get to the socials posting, ladies and gentlemen. One-man army for everything. But as we all head on into the next basement, the first site, taking a look at the bans, they won't have any safe haven in the terms of having that ceiling stay intact. Kai taken care of, and Mira doesn't allow you those one-way angles. So lots to be taken out here for Obey. They have to be able to try and adapt to this method, and hopefully they can reel it back in and try to play against 5.2, because their attacks are menacing. This is their home turf now. The question is, are you going to play directly into that hand? Leaving this up to one side. It's only 5.2's game to try to find. You're on your own map. Can you cinch it to go to map 3 tied in the series? I mean, all up to you, but right now I don't think Obey is going to let off the gas. They are always hungry for more. I casted them. I think I've casted them at least 6 times in the last week, and they play the same relentless style every single time with little to no burnout. It's actually insane to me. But 5.2 still know what they're doing, and hopefully they can show us that in this map. They don't allow a 5-1 lead in the beginning and then continue to just play catch up for the rest. Zempi, first blood in his favor, takes care of the first and foremost Andy. Mr. Aggressive gets taken care of by Mr. Aggression, as now Creepy will find a quick refrag, leaving it at level. Hatch getting opened up. That's a Twitch to be lost to a Fenrir, and now a little bit of an interesting play. Fenrir, very, very possible to be lethal for these defenders, but will no longer be on the board for the rest. Jeff Sicko, twinkle toes as you look to try to find that colorful fedora. As you continue to play Ring Around the Rosie, nothing emerges from that, and you look to get insanely more aggressive, but you will not fall as you look to try to find an easy first kill, but Doc tries to find the next, and will take a sweet old time to reset. Blue, the main name of the game. It's a Call of Duty lobby in this close range, the way they've been playing. Snooze taking heavy damage off of the verticality. Can you get a stim before the time? You'll have Andy waltzing down the area of Blue. My apologies, Jeff, but he'll fall to the sliver of a pixel from Snoozy. He'll take care of business. The Grimm's rolling out. The Hawaiian launchers will be launched. One man that drops will be affected by the F-Nods, as you'll have the Grimm try to capitalize. That pre-fire too early. Never thought I'd say that, but that's exactly what'll happen. Stretch goes down. Tom finds a refrag. 2v3 is the name of the game. They look to address now. Arsenal becomes open season for these attackers as they look to try to find this first round. They're attacking very fast. 2 operators left at 100 HP and make that one as the plant looks to go down. You need to hit those shots, Barca, as now you look to try to deny that plant. You're wall banging nothing as you have one man in oil waiting to capitalize on your mistake. Tom not making a peep here, but ultimately his position is known, but it will make any difference as you'll be taken care of, and that'll be the first round in the favor of 5.2, and it feels good to be able to say that. quite an interesting first round here. A little bit of back and forth from either side, but it will be 5.2 to prevail as the victors. Now, the question is, what can they do to continue and further these plays? We've seen some interesting times from 5.2. We've seen some holds where they look like they don't even know what they're doing. Hopefully, that'll change this time around as they found that first lead. If they can continue to build off of it, we are seeing map 3 be a 1-1 tie. They look to continue and address, but as of now, it takes time to be able and build up your momentum. 5.2 slowly finding their mojo, and I'm liking it so far. They're trying to rewrite the odds, but it's all about if they can cinch it. I'm going to continue to say this. I mean, I've said it 10, 20 times, maybe 30, but it's just been such a back and forth game, a back and forth series, that sometimes it has been one-sided and then back and forth and right back to one-sided. I want to see a more stable back. Andy, I mean, nobody else but him will find himself on the roam looking to address any roamers, but he's more of a person that tries to do bullet ballet all over this map. They look to try to find first blood. Who is on those front lines? Snooze looking to bait into these wooden floors. If he doesn't find one, he will blow up the toes of anybody stepping on these tiles. They look to try to find the site yet again. We are in the same place. Similar narrative, and yet again, history repeats itself twice. Andy to find first. Continue left unhinged. You guys need to be able to try and find some form of clearance. You have Jackal on the board. You don't have Dokkaebi. You have the Lion, which can be evaded by his ability. But, I mean, it just becomes a problem when he continues to run around and find kills all over the board. That pre-fire could have connected, but it's just going to be Andy's game as he continues to become a problem in and out of this map. This site setup being a fortress, C4 tossed up to absolutely nobody. My dad is in that bathroom. Nobody there taken care of. And this round has just been one-sided. Deleted from the map as Vizix is surgical with it, deleting him through the only part of the soft wall he could see. That'll be the first blood in the favor of 5.2 as they try to take care of business. A drone has the sights onto oil, but now will be shot out here. Took a little bit of time for you creepies, but as things stand, Nike finds another kill here to continue and make matters worse for his team. Viz continuing to just reap what he sows, shooting the bodies, taking care of business. Left at level becomes a problem. You're at 30 seconds now, and you guys have tossed a two-body lead. He's been somebody that I think has been the only reason 5.2 has been finding these rounds where they find themselves so far behind. But again, not only one person could do everything himself, and now that'll be a triple kill in the favor of Andy. 2 SMG-12s, 1 boss G to your teeth will take care of business, and that will be another round. Obey. Left at tie. Now, this is a completely different narrative because now we have opened up so many different possibilities. Whoever can take off this round continues to try and grow their lead. But if it continues to go back and forth and we get to that half where it's 2-3 and we switch on and it goes to 3-3, both teams are going to be surprised with each other. The reason being 5.2 is on their own turf, and going 3-3 on your own split might be a little bit problematic. And Obey, having defense first might be a problem when you're giving up 3 free rounds. I mean, just taking a look at the roster here for Obey, you had Nike subbing in for JBA. They're known for making these quick subs because they have so many players of that caliber. Nike was somewhat lethal the first couple of rounds of the first map. Now going down a little bit silent, playing time, using the right operators, but kind of silencing out. And when you're being subbed in, you need to be able to make an impression to be able to become a core player. They look and try to find first blood here, as it'll be a continuous game of Ring Around the Rosa here. It'll just be Andy to run around like a psychopath and try to find what he can try and scalp from 5.2. But it's a gym bedroom take with an Azami cushioned out. Breach will get opened up quite easily, and that's kind of a problem when you don't bring that bandit. It'll just be action all over this map as somebody looks to try and address something. But as of now, it'll be a continuous game of who can bait out the utility well enough. The Warden looks to get aggressive off red here, but Ace and Thermite really making matters worse. Snooze, you're aiming at the arm, but Ash only aims at the head. But a C4 doesn't discriminate, as it'll shave off all of the health from Jeff. The aggression needs to be remarked. Double kill, Snoozy, creepy, and he has now Ash left at 20 HP. Done and dusted is now a 4v1. We'll rip on down. That'll be a flawless, nearly avoided, but is that Warden or LeBron as he baits out a perfect C4, baits out his teammate, and swings out. I mean, at this point, each 5.2 player just looks like a Scooby snack for Obey, or for 5.2, my apologies, because it just becomes a problem. I mean, you're continuously losing bodies in and out of the rounds. Lock in, stop falling on the easier side, and don't get C4'd. I mean, 3 C4s running out on your head, one taking you down to 1 HP, the other actually grabbing a kill, and the third with no connection. It becomes a problem when you allow this type of tomfoolery in your strats. You're on attack, granted, yes, but you're also on your home turf. What are you doing to address that? Looks like Obey, though, will address it by going all over to the CCTV site, as they are going to be gifted 2 more rounds on their opposing team's defensive side. Now, CCTV is all about how you approach it. However you mold it is however it is going to go. If you make it a one-dimensional site and you only hold up that second floor, it'll become a problem. If you do bring a castle and extend out further into lounge, it'll be a little bit easier. If you play like a headless chicken with a zombie, again, one-sided for the attackers. But now, as the way it's been going for Obey, I think this will be a very, very 3-dimensional site setup with very smart players. That's exactly what we'll see. A zombie creating angles that no attacker dares challenge. Unless it's probably Jeff Sicko, because he'll swing anything. Not having the best of games, currently 0-3, but there's still so much time left in the series and this map to be able to try and redeem yourself. Recharge being used, but I don't even think there's a single man down here to be able to address that. Bandit sneaking up. So is the Valkyrie. 3 bodies that are now in the area of the lounge. Look to continue and try and build up or deny what is here. Once lounge falls, it'll become a problem. Andy shooting at toes, but Zemphi doesn't discriminate yet again. Only finds heads, and it all falls outside the breach. I close my eyes. I try to catch the action, and it's gunfights everywhere. 1 fried off the breach, 2 from lounge. Just now, the third looks to be falling in here between Valkyrie and Zemphi. They look to address red stairs. A bit of a little Shaiko Hashom peek, as it'll be back and forth. That Hashom peek goes absolutely nowhere, as the prize for your troubles is an MPX bullet to your dome, as a 3v2 in the favor of Obey has now arrived. The stim awaits Creepies, and it'll be a game of just hold out the time. 90 seconds left on the clock, and Obey is going to continue and get aggressive. As Creepy swings out, wins the gunfight. I mean, he's an absolute psychopath looking to capitalize again. Jeff, 0 kills, 3 deaths. Do you have what it takes to be able to make it 3 kills and 3 deaths? Right now, 1 HP, as now these attackers, or defenders that have turned attackers, may I say, have found you. Wide swings out, take care of business, and then pre-fire from all 51 bullets in that P90, take care of business. Obey claimed the lead, and it's now 2-1. I mean, 5.2 just lacking substance everywhere. We saw them start off with that bang, managing to reel it on in, bring it back in, but it becomes a problem when you can't hold on to a lead that you've given yourself. You're on your own team. I look to continue and try to string together a story for this lineup. It's just been a continuous back and forth with one team capitalizing with aggression and the other one just having no answer except for, we're just gonna sit and take it. Dirt left all alone here. No electrify, no jammer. And I mean, Obey really just don't bring any form of denial at this point. They just bring good guns and vibes. As first blood, favor of Andy, strip club taken care of. Second would have been in favor of Nike as he looked to get really aggressive here, but no bueno, because Andy runs around like a psychopath and makes things happen. Two roamers running wild now. This will be a quite interesting approach. Twitch advancing Jeff Sicko, advising him what to do here. Now the next kill looks to rain on in. Ram walk directly into the crosshair of Snooze, but he'll blunder it, and that'll be the health taken care of. An easy reset if you can get over to Creepy. You're next to each other, cuddling it all up, getting business done. Boogie taking care of 2 seconds of verticality before you'll fall. Andy and Viz find each other, finding kills. Stretchy somehow taking care of Snooze and now leaving it at level. But yet again, just one man who's absolutely lethal continues to make matters worse for his team. I mean, you just got shot by him. What do you expect him to do? Take his foot off the gas and call it game? As Andy is going crazy looking to find that ace. Boss G's more reliable in that distance, but Viz 1 HP, and that'll still be the name of the game. Reeled back in, 90 seconds left, and you'll find all of the bodies falling short, but Creepy yet again to find the final kill. I mean, is this a best out of 5, or is it Andy's playground as he takes care of anybody who walks into his crosshairs? Obey, grow that lead yet again, and this will be their last defensive round. Bear with me if you guys do not hear me speak for a second. I'm switching out headsets because this one, bluntly, sucks booty. .2. What's going on, man? We thought we were gonna see the beginning of a new day, a new dawn, new day, as the professionals like to say it. But I mean, you started off with a bang, and now it's not a bang, it's just a boom. A very lowercase boom. If you guys find yourselves short almost every single round, it becomes a problem when you can't adapt to the continuous aggression from Obey. And I mean, it is what it is, but you guys are only going to continue and put yourselves in a worse situation. Continuous false hope is the only thing that I've been seeing consistently from 5.2. Hopefully they can reel it on in, as they have the opportunity to make a comeback if they can close it out to 4-2. We've said it before, and we'll say it again, 5-1. Very different scoreline from a 4-2. But it doesn't even matter, because we've seen 5.2 come back from a 5-1, but not enough to cinch it. So, this is a game of endurance. 5.2 have to be able to rise to that occasion. May I remind you guys, if they lose this map and we go on to a 2-0, it will be series point for Obey when they go onto their home turf. Not very techy indeed. First Blood takes care of the second hard breacher. Primary being Thermite outside that CC breach. He'll be taken care of. Thermite now looking to fall next, as they will look to get insanely aggressive to anybody who walks in his path. That'll be Jeff to just waltz on in. The site isn't Jim, but it will be damn near close to it. Creepy takes care of business, and now it'll be a refrag to take care of Zemphi. Jeff's aggression put at a halt, as now a stim will res his teammate, leaving it right back at level. 100 HP across the whole board. Jim is actually the site. CC has been opened up quite easily, and they've given it up. Mr. Heroic Man himself is going to be taken out here, but somebody who's more lethal than him. He's sitting on a 4 KD. It'll be Creepy with a current scoreline of 8-2. Yes, he's aggressive, but he doesn't do any type of crazy roam, and that's exactly why he's going to manage to continue and savor the high kills with the low deaths. They look to try and get aggressive here. A minute, and it's going to be time being your biggest enemy. Every single time we've been seeing 5.2 try to thread the needle but fall short every single time. Can you get the diffuser down? Can you try to find something in your favor? As the zombies stay up, you're just now getting the castle barricades with 40 seconds left on the clock, and you have another one to be able to get, and that's the one that covers so much space. Jeff to find 3, make it 4. I mean, it's quad kills all around, as it's just a continuous reap what you sow situation, as now Bars finds himself with 1 kill in his hand and 3 to be able to find. I mean, ring around the rosy here. Jeff found himself in a very difficult situation, but you'll have Viz to back you up. Round is done. Round switch is now 4-2 is going to be the narrative for 5.2 to try to come back while they've been gifted defense. And let's just hope Obey don't have a more aggressive attack. Oh, what it is. Basement of Clubhouse will be the name of this round. Now, the question is, what is somebody going to do to try and make themselves be that individual factor? Because right now, we're seeing 3 main players. It'll be Andy, Creepy, and Viz to be able to find those kills. Jeff, heroics last round, got him a quad and helped his team secure an easy round to be able to try and bring back the deficit that they are currently in. He'll be the next up to try and find a heroic, but it's all about endurance. 5 maps potentially. 3 if you mess up. And right now, 5.2, you still have so much to do. You look to try to find first blood. You look to even try to clear the roamers, and that you will do. Andy with a easy wallbang to take care of business without the CC window, and that'll be Zemphy put on a t-shirt. Ah, damn it, dropped my pen. All right, back in business. 225 is going to be what's left on the clock, and you'll have Creepies at 1 HP. 1 defender to try to find him, but he will have to go back to site and seek asylum in those reinforced walls, as you have lost Zemphy early on. And not only is he a lost gun, you've lost his C4 as well. That becomes a problem on the man count. Looking to address, looking to find some form of gap, some string to pull on, as these attackers are going to be relentless. 5.2 need to have a refrag somewhere, somehow. C4, no connection, only a couple of damage to Andy. And right after that, he'll just use his boogie drone to establish verticality. Vigil on the site, not trying to get droned out here, but it will become a problem when it's not just the matters of getting droned out, but how you have to deal with verticality. The attackers pulling up on you and waiting to punish you for every single mistake that you'll make. Below 90 seconds now, and they will look to address. Oh yeah, that's lookception right there, as I continue to stutter like an idiot. 1 man looking to try to waltz down, try to find an easy pick here. Oh, Barce, are you Helen Keller? And apparently you are, after you will stun yourself, and that's intended in 2 different ways. So many different areas trying to attack here. Blue, main, verticality. It's all trying to be coordinated here for them to try and find a kill, but it'll be evened out and made matters even worse as Jeff finds himself getting a kill to the verticality as they'll trade out those 2 bodies. Nike reeling it back in despite being hit by the F-Naught. 45 left on the clock. Volcan soon to get taken care of, but it'll be stretchy to take care of 1 and 2, and that'll be the heroic play of the round to be able to try and secure another victory here for 5.2. I mean, this is what I mean. It's just consistent back and forth, but it will be 5.2 to continue and put this match point on a halt, as it will be stretchy to find 2 and Tom to close it out. And now makes the deficit 2, if I'm not mistaken. 1. They won the last round. That is correct. Gym and bedroom will be this site setup, and the question is, can they play it out? So many interesting plays, so many different play styles, all mixed up here to 10 players on the second map of this best out of 5 series, has really shown us how contrasted certain teams are. Gym and bedroom has been that site has been played differently, I think, every single round. Tachanka, first time being seen here. You'll have CCTV set up like North Korea, volcans everywhere, castle barricades. Looks like they are not taking any angles into account here. They just want to halt. You shall not pass. As now it looks to be working, you'll have 2 players addressing CC as the drones rain on. And an external play being established early. It looks like they heard the cast and they started to establish what is needed to be able to have a successful attack. Second Vulcan popped out, and now it will just be who can find this kill. First blood, it takes care, and that'll be Jeff onto Andy. Good night to Andy. Hasn't been able to find a kill in the last recent round. I mean, you switch cameras, and they continue to switch action. It's CC, and now it's Jim. Nike finds himself in sight. Azami finds herself in the lost and found as creepies, and Nike will take the heads off of anybody who walks into the crosshairs, and Obey claim the round after a interesting round. I mean, I switched for 1 second. I blinked, and 4 bodies are taken care of. I apologize to the viewers, because what the hell do I even do in that situation? Obey now approach 1 round shy of that match point. 5-3 is the narrative. 2 rounds has now been the advantage, and they have the ability to cinch out a 2-0 advantage to go on to the series point while they go on to their own map. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Gym and bedroom yet again. If it didn't work last time, let's make it work again. Full man bunker seemed to not only aggravate Obey, but have them swing you even more. Who would have thought? Quick entry by Creepy, almost managing to catch a reinforcement off hand. He looks like to try and capitalize upon it. Oh, don't you do it! You're naughty. Any sprint is an easy kill, but right now you caught yourself reloading in the wrong time, and that'll be the pressure quickly dismissed. 1 man remains close as the damage reels on in on the other side of the map. You'll have 1 man closely out in cash. Jeff waiting to capitalize, and that'll be CC opened up. And the C4 will be very late because you'll have Andy approaching close. You used the bailiff. What the hell did you think was going to happen? That'll be 2 for Andy as he finds his heroics. And you've gotten shut out yet again. A zombie, close corner. A thermite does get shut out, but it's all about trigger discipline because now your location is known and you haven't even finished off your kill yet. Cross is being washed. The team now pooling up to the Azami. Tom can now not swing anything. You have to be able to seek refuge in sight. But that'll be Tom for 2 downs now. The down warrior, as he looks to capitalize. You continue and get aggressive, but enough's enough. Andy capitalized again. Nobody is going to be flanking you. You have the ability to get both players up here as nobody is going to run out. Bandit, C4. Hail Mary. Hail Mary, if I do say so myself, and 5-1 is going to put us at match point. Bart, looking to circle, trying to find. Now, finding bomb game, and that'll be the round. Match point for Obey. I mean, how many times have I said that in the last week? I'm going insane. Church Arsenal. Oh my god. I mean, I'm just... It's just like an obey supremacy at this point. 5.2. They can't find anything, anywhere. Shutout at every turn. They found 3 rounds, and 2 of them were in their attacking half. Even on their home turf, they'll fall short, and I mean, with a very, very sad face, I think we're going to match point in series point where we'll end this off in 3 maps. 5.2. I thought they'd wake up on their own map. I think I think they're just gonna go back to sleep. Maybe pop some melatonin in the halftime and call it a day. But as it stands, Obey playing absolutely amazing. Gave us a little bit of a scare when they lost that first round on the opponent's turf. But now it looks like they've really reeled it in. They've learned the path. They've learned how the other team plays, and they are capitalizing on every single round. Quick and easy verticality is going to be established as they look to continue and try to address this site. This becomes a problem. Now, 4v1, then a 5v1. You've got a flawless, then nearly flawless, 2 rounds back to back. Becomes a problem. I mean, you have one man just walking in, taking care of your face, but Jeff Sicko is death from below. He'll take care of business, and that'll be his first kill. I don't know how much more insulting I can get. While we wait for these pansies to get set up, I mean, just look at how they entered last round. You let Andy do that to you 3 maps or 2 maps in a row at this point. 13 kills is next to his name. Barcel falls second. Jeff Sicko. There you go. Looking to wake up. The aggression being met here. Almost finding that third. Individual clutch factor almost came in clutch, but Nike not moving because he knows that downed effect will be heard. The barricade protects him. Creepy. 1 HP, and Andy needs to find another kill while his teammates look to get each other up in support. Goyo knocking on the doors of Bar, and it looks like that comm goes out. That GA is deadly and lethal, especially in the hands of Andy, as he now evens it out, and the follow will be an instant res. Looking now to address a certain area of this site. They try to find that gap to pull on, but so far the heroics have been to one man himself. It'll be Andy to fall short now. You've now left 2 of your players with the kit loose and low HP as they now look to build up on you. Maverick is faster, but it'll be Zemphy to be faster as now verticality is established. But I mean, what are you gonna do with it? You're 20 HP. The case is across a hatch. You're gonna have to play like the floor is lava. One man waiting for you below. He waits for you to swing. You'll do exactly that. Hit by a goo mine, hit by an F now. You'll be hit through 8Ks as it's honestly an inevitable death. 5.2, give themselves some breathing room as they now make that deficit closer. But it'll still become a problem when you're on your own map and you're down. Match point is still going to be the scoreline, and they have to win 2 rounds in a row to push it to OT, or we're going to series point in the favor of Obey. Honestly, this might be the quickest BO5 ever. Both times I've said that, it has been a complete sweep and a reverse to a 5 map. So hopefully, maybe me saying this managed to switch it all up. So many players lost. So many stupid plays. And at this point, I might as well just be hate watching. But you know, we bring that professionalism. I mean, not now, but you get what I'm trying to say. Jim and Bedroom is going to be the name of the game. Tom is a player who likes to save up the Azamis and use the Kibas as he recognizes what the play is for the opposition. The site setup, very solid. They take their time. They try to find something here. And the question is, can they do it in a timely fashion? 5.2, they need to be able to slow down the clock. They need to manipulate the clock. You are the defenders. Your only objective is to defend and run out the goddamn timer. So far, they've done it once, and it was last map. looking to waltz on in through Jim. We saw what happened last time. They created that pinch. You found one body in CC. All hell broke loose. You got swung by every single area known to man. Bulletproof camera, burnt. Ram on the front lines now, looking to address CC. Has an easy kill. I mean, you're lost when you're in the hands of Andy. You walk into his crosshairs. You won't live to tell the story. As now 4v4. Snoozy makes that lead possible yet again. But now you have to deal with the flank. He's expecting of it. The Vigil playing camp out. And it looks like Snoozy's parking the bus until he waits for this Vigil to make the ultimate mistake of walking into his crosshairs. It all dies down on the quiet front as it'll become a 4v3 in the favor of 5.2, where they will suffer the bodies. Now, it'll be Nike to find the gap yet again. He's done it twice. You can't continue to allow this. Empty will fall on the other side of the map. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to map 3, series point, where Obey have taken care of business. I mean, what does one say at this point? 7-4, 7-4. Both times. I mean, I tried defending you. You were on Cafe, you're on the opponent's half. What happens when you're on Cafe, and then you move on to Clubhouse, which is your home turf, and you get smoked? 7-4. 14 rounds in the favor of Obey, and it makes 8. Now, we'll be back after the break before they start talking shit. I mean, they're so mad at this point. They started shit-talking the caster. I mean, I tried my best, but I said some corny shit, I'm not gonna lie to you. The next map is Border. Hopefully, it's not another 7-4. But, I mean, we gotta make do with what we have. This is the third map. It's series point for Obey. And without further ado, I'll get out of your ears and let's take a look. We're back. We're better. Question is, the hell are they going to do? 5.2 seeming a little too demotivated to be able to bring it back, but hopefully they can do something, just something to show us life. 7-4 twice. I mean, you got to respect the consistency. 14 rounds to 8. Can they prevent it? Both Navy SEALs are going to get subbed out. Blackbeard, Valkyrie, two very powerful ops, especially on a close range map such as Border. Becomes a problem when you allow him to build up that pressure. And now, the question is, are they going to be able to adapt? Because now Blitz is left. Blitz is a problem as well if you know how to use it, and I know some Obey players know how to use Blitz very well. Some toxicity on their end, and I know they play like absolute psychopaths. Being given attack first puts this in an interesting perspective, as they're now on their own turf. The question is, what can they do? Are they going to win it right here, right now? Now, the question is, how are they going to play jail? They have the dock, they don't have an Azami, and it'll be quite interesting. 5.2 is not going to play out Azami on a map that requires Azami. Huh. I mean, I'm not one to judge, but let's just see how it goes. Mira definitely is not going to be seen alongside with Dokkaebi. Those are the two remaining bans, and now Tom looks to be going on a little bit of a goddamn journey. Doc left in security with a clutch drone at his feet, looking to address it. Now, looks like East will be the name of the game in terms of trying to find a security clearance. As 30 seconds are burned off the clock, Viz is going to be the madman playing in break room, and the first ticks of damage will be done to Bars and Andy via Vulcan. It is just going to be a game of ring around the rosy until somebody finds a very, very impactful first kill. Oh my god, you're a psychopath. Viz sacrifices himself to find first blood. Jeff will find Andy, and that'll be a 3v4. I don't think I've seen anything as stupid as that in my lifetime, but again, it is what it is. Matter is taken into his own hands. He didn't care about the fire. He really wanted to finish as well, so went back for seconds. But Tom the Bomber is here, looking like he's finally taken off the blindfold he's been suffering from those last couple of games, and now looks to make his team in the lead. 1v4, Zemphi finds a pick for himself, and it looks like a team effort's finally going to terms. That's 5.2 looking alive, but every single time I say this at the beginning of a map, they fall short and get completely destroyed. Kaid looking to get aggressive. That TCSG packs a punch, and now you are all going to swing this man. And this could be a very big potential throw if you kill this Cade. No way we find this. There's no way in hell he manages to throw it. If Zemphi's smart, he'll make a rotate into ventilation considering he has a slug shotgun. But Snooze, knowing this, can continue and isolate. Frost looking to come assist. As now 40 seconds remain, he can go around, wrap, and try to play off the window. It'll be a continuous game of ring around the rosy until he can thread that needle. Finds three. There's no way in hell you throw it. You were gifted around on a silver platter, and it looks like you spat in the silver platter and held it off. Oh, thank God for that TCSG. A bullet's enough to do it, as now that'll be the first round for 5.2 after a big, big scare. Bathroom and tellers. They've now went upstairs, and now they have to be able to play these bottom floor sites with the utmost confidence. Because if they do, they continue this. Maybe not, swinging one man. We can maybe finally see 5.2 take 2 rounds in a row. Who the hell does that? Who the hell does that? I genuinely don't think I've seen anything so dumb before. But I guess there's a first for everything. Verticality looking to be established quite easily. No castle being brought for this setup. Quite interesting. Kyanite survives, and he will not be brought. So what is the hold is the question. Kyanite, that's your answer why he's not there. The hatches will be opened up. Now, what is the answer for not having a castle? Because now you leave open that ventilation side, especially when you've left 2 walls soft. Tom looking to play a ring around the rosy, almost falling, but somehow escaping death very narrowly. 5.2, 3 empty slots next to their names, and Viz is on a drone. Doesn't look like he knows it quite yet, as they are watching it patiently and waiting for that mistake to be made. Goyo is in danger, and the question is, does he know this? Jeff Sicko plays close on the metal divider and puts himself in a horrible spot as Andy now looks to continue and knock on the door of these defenders. Viz reels it right back in, but now it has all broken into action as there's so much left to be done here, and Tom the Bomber's backed himself into a very dangerous corner. Brava finds it. If he goes for the hatch, this might be an outplayed class at this time. Tom, it's just bullet ballet for him, but not enough to be able to sincere another kill, as now he'll fall short to a double kill from Andy. Who else? Obey now looking nice and rejuvenated as they look to find another round to put it themselves at level. Nike, easy kill on the verticality, dealing the damage, but guess what? You don't have that dock to be able to put you right back up at health. So much left to be done here for this team. You have the one-man advantage. You've been doing everything that's needed, but a wallbang is going to try to reel it back in. Not before Snoozy can find one, and Andy for the third, as they have now been given full sight. You've gotten a refrag on the other side of the map, but after what? You've now sacrificed the integrity of the site, and they'll now look to just get this diffuser down. But an easy plant, maybe not. How do you blunder it, Zemphi? You're the man, the myth, the legend. You try to reel it back in for your team, but you just get pre-fired by a man putting the case down, and the blunder puts Obey at level. All I gotta say is goddamn and golly, as we'll head right back on to bathroom. Yes, I said golly in the big 25. They'll head on over to the bathroom yet again, and the question is, can they manage to be able to try and reel it back in? You lost around in a little bit of an unfortunate way. The aggression's not being matched quite yet, but you have the opportunity while it's still early. Jeff trying to find something in some way to try and be able and put his team in the advantage, but just not seen any longer, as he'll now play Ratty into Passport, try to find that first opening pick. Ratty or not Ratty, all that matters, you try and get that first pick regardless of what happens next. 30 seconds off the clock, and a little bit of an interesting site setup here, because now they have the castle, they have everything that's needed, but it looks like they've completely dissected their approach. Now first blood in the favor of Viz, as again, he's just a psychopath. Impacts in an SMG-12 turned this kid into the most aggressive person ever, and that is the price you'll pay. I mean, you're running with your head up, your gun not aimed in. That's exactly what'll happen to you. 4v4 has now been leveled. Tom looking to approach, but completely unaware there's a man in the corner. Might be a blunder, but it just looks like Andy forgot his headset at home. Tom being granted a second chance and will capitalize on it instantly. Never let a chance like that go away, and that'll be the 3v4 that will show us going. Aggression, Barce falling next, and that'll be finally we're finding 5.2 burst into action before it's too late. 4v1, the kid is loose, and you have 2 minutes to be able to show us what your response is. Every single one of these defenders are waiting to get a piece of the pie, trying to get toxic, as we've been seeing these bodies get shot out almost every single time. Snoozy finding one. He managed to almost clutch on that first round where we almost saw a 4v1 blunder. The question is, are we going to be able to see that again? Now looking to address upstairs. Tom, you are now low and no longer as a triple kill. No possible way this is going to happen. Correct? I say that with question marks being thrown out here as they've managed to do it before. A floor bang is imminent if you could just look up and shoot, but it looks like you're going to take that verticality a little bit more serious. Clutch drone prioritized to use that intel C4. Is he Jordan? No, because he shot it at the sky. David v Goliath at this point. Quick drop. He's lost completely. Snoozy, don't you dare. Snoozy, don't you dare. 1v4 has been lost. Call a timeout. Bring out the cameras and give this guy the MVP of the map as, oh my god, there's no way that just happened. Hang it up in the goddamn Louvre. What a play. And I can't believe I just witnessed that. I would love to see what the comms look like for either side, and that I'm gonna have to start doing listen-ins at this point. A 2-round in the favor of Obey. It was currently 1-1. We thought it was gonna go 2-1 in the favor of 5.2, but I mean, out of the wazoo, we are just watching it all crumble. You have now been gifted 2 rounds of similar sorts where you're in a 1v4 and you've sold. One was a 1v1 and you had one man to bail you out. He had that slick shotgun in hand and he made it effective. The next, nobody was ready for the instant hatch drop, and that'll be the clutch. Wow, I'm left speechless. I'm left speechless. Be careful of that man physics. I mean, no matter how many rounds the man will lose, he'll continue to swing you. The question is he gonna go for that fire again? There's no way. Oh my god, he's looking to do it again. Shut out by Creepy. Surge to put him up. He'll have 2 more to try to put him right back up at full health now. Quick refrag, leaving security to 2 men as Zemphy holds down East by himself, trying to thread the needle, but now 1 HP. Seeking refuge for a stim. Jeff Sicko also in a similar bad situation, but being gifted a kill. What the hell is Snoozy looking at? From 0 to 0 as you'll be taken out by 1 man. Clip of the game, as that'll be another back-to-back clip and a free fire of doom on that DMR3 for Zemphy, as now it's being put right back up at level. What the hell just happened? I mean, somebody just forgot their headset at home. Too busy screaming after that clutch that he forgot he was still in the game. Obey, you now have the opportunity to continue and put these guys at level. Because once you switch to defense on border, on series point, on your own turf, I could say it's wrapped. But the question is, can they manage to hold on? Because a 4-2 is going to be a little bit harder to have to deal with, especially against 5.2, once you give them the advantage to get aggressive. But this looks very realistic considering what we've been seeing so far. For the first time, we'll be seeing ventilation being played out here. And, I mean, I've been left speechless round after round. Started off with a bang. Cafe, I thought we were in for a 4 to 5 map series, but it's just been disappointing. First blood, Snooze. Taking a snooze last round and now finding something. Barce And Handy now on shield ops. Zemphy, you've been crazy with the DMR last round. How have you found yourself at 1 HP? Nobody to aid in break room. Blitz executes. Viz takes care of Barson now. You are going to be hunted by Andy. I gave him a ring around the Rosie from the top ropes back down to the bottom ropes, and now he'll be running wild as Snoozy looks to find him. Vigil, a still continuous game of ring around the Rosie. You now have Snooze to assist with the others coming to back you up. 2 defenders now upstairs, as this will now become a problem. Looking to capitalize. The AC is going to be played off soon, but you won't have Creepy playing aggressive. That'll be one. Looking to find the next Creepy. Will capitalize. It'll be a double for him, and the toxicity, oh, is going to be so obvious as now Stretch, 0 kills, 3 deaths is left to find 4 bodies, all by his lonesome. Taken care by Snoozy will be the round, and now 3-2 will leave the last defensive in the favor of 5.2, and if they can't capitalize, I think we're looking at a wrap. Your last run on the defense, unless you put it to OT. We have headed on to the same site. Ventilation. And now, I don't know. I can't give a honest opinion at this point, because this has just been obey and obey only that have risen to the occasion. Anytime we've been seeing any form of life from 5.2, they've sold it. We just watched them sell a 1v4. We've just watched them lose 7-4 and 7-4 on maps 1 and 2. It becomes a problem, and I mean, you have heroics just flying on in. What's gonna happen if you can't stop a team who just knows how to only swing? Looking to make matters worse, obey the rush plant. Maybe it looks imminent, maybe not, as you'll have one man go downstairs, the other go upstairs. Shield ops in completely different worlds here as they look and try to find something. First blood looks to be Zemphy yet again. You turn your back, you gotta be careful. That stim is going to be lethal, but you'll eat the flash regardless, and Zemphy meets his maker. Nothing to see there, chaps, as they look to now address the site. Tom giving it up a little early and now finds himself in a little bit of a pickle. A little bit of who will walk into your crosshair. Tom, oh, you're so lucky that lined up, but in the meantime, your team is getting absolutely destroyed. Doc, blind, Warden now on the vert. And the question is, are you going to be able to recognize it? Left at level by Tom, but still, you have to stop this train from forming. You have to stop the aggression, and currently, looks like you missed that. You missed that narrative as Andy drops in like an Amazon package, but still manages to lose the gunfight. Tom looking to try to find something here. C4, no connection. Nike losing some form of HP, but Doc and Tom are low now. Before he can pull out the stims, you need to find those guns, but no bueno. They're back up at 100. He looks to prone. He's giving him that sound cover. He'll fall, and there's no way you sell it again. If I see a sell, I'll lose my mind. Nike looking to find the clutch for the second time in the terms of his team. Not hit by the F-Naught. 6 bullets left in the pocket. It's not enough to cinch it. Not against Tom, as he'll give his team the fighting chance. It's level as we switch on to defense for Obey. I mean, he just dropped in there, gave him a good old hello, and didn't decide to use his gun on the verticality. And he's a troll, but what can you expect? It now looks like 5.2 are going to have to attack in a severe deficit. They're left at level in this map only. The last 3 have been a complete cluster. You can finish the word. So, let's see if we'll be able to try to bring it back. If you've seen aggression on defense from 5.2, what do you expect from the guys who invented that word? Jail not going to be played with an Azami. Deimos surprisingly was going to be brought. I'm surprised we haven't seen him a single time, especially with his overpowered ability. Haven't seen him a single time this map, and Jeff is going to continue and make that narrative true. No more Deimos, and he will switch on to the Ram, and it looks like upstairs, being very softly held, will be the idea. A little bit late to the party, but it'll be Snooze and Andy to set on up. And now they'll set it up to try and play aggressive here. And again, I mean, I told you, you're rappelling in without finding a single drone. You're gonna pay a price. And that price is losing your life. As now, as Emphy tries to play that traditional Legion shotgun and gets met with just Vector ACPs to the face, as he'll be meeting his maker quite soon. Now they're left with a man in hand. And Andy's gonna continue to get aggressive because he doesn't care about the man advantage. He likes money, he likes advantages, and he likes debate. Andy will finally fall after getting baited out with the Rotero charge. And a 4v4 is going to be the idea. Make it a 3v4. Tom looking quite locked in here, but it's gunfights all over the map. Flash for a stun, and the C4, no connection. The second flash being utilized as Ram looks to capitalize. You've walked in here. You don't know where he is. Now in the half wall, give him a ring around the rosy. Creepy reeling it back in, making it a 3v3, but Jeff Sickles here to make matters worse. He's gained entry into sight, and Nike looks to try and find something, but he's being covered from the window. That plant is going to go down, whether you like it or not, and Creepy needs to find something. He'll meet his maker, and now a game of find your gunfights, as these attackers will try to play whack-a-mole at distance. Isolating his once, wins the first, as the next one sets outside. And now it will be one man low, the other looking to play safe, and the C4 will not connect, surprisingly. Potentially a long arm here could be possible, as the ace has the ability to try to find something here. But now it could be a game of time, and in time it will be indeed, as now Creepy just can't find the gunfight, and that'll be the round. One round stands in between. A one round shy for a match point situation here, as finally 5.2 claimed the lead, and we're finding ourselves in a very possible map 4 scenario. Tom, 2 kills in that round are absolutely lethal. I mean, he looks like he is up for the task of a comeback. They have now had one man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's currently 8-5. Can he continue to play like that is the question. Jeff Sicko really trying to help out here, but it's all about the teamwork. When you lose the first body like that, it's not the best form to be able to say, yes, we're up to the task. They'll be trying yet again. Can they find it this time around? Because look at this setup. Legion shotgun. The Glass DMR and Grim. If this doesn't scream East take, I don't know what does. Very interesting indeed. And the question is, how will they be able to adapt? Because there's 3 C4s. There's a Warden and a Vulcan canister. The question is, has Andy utilized them properly? Vulcans are placed in very easy areas, but if you really want to deny, you will put them on this shelf right here because it will fall. First Vulcan gone and dusted, and that'll be LeBron with the Candelas in hand, looking to snipe in lockers. Changes that narrative, goes on to the AC narrative, and tries to send it on in. Nike looking. One Grim gets sent in. He is tossing that C4 and letting it fly loose. Walls are going to be soft. The Grims are going to be sent in, and Slice becomes an absolute safe haven right now for attackers time, the biggest factor, but Nike just turns into Kobe as he sends it flying. Oh, it couldn't have gone worse as it's a 5v2, making a 1 as one man left baiting on the AC vents, rotated to lockers, now on the roof, is left to address that absolute blunder. Oh, what are you gonna do, Zemphy? What are you gonna do? Your team's been the one selling the 1v4s, not being put in the situations to be able to clutch it. Minute 30 is the name of the game to be able to try and address. Flawless avoided very narrowly, but now you'll be able to try to find it. And oh my god, he just died to fall damage. What do you say? I mean, I just have to laugh. How is this game 4-4? Ventilation yet again as I continue and try not to lose my composure. Quite an interesting scoreline considering what we've been seeing, and the playstyles have been fluctuating, but it looks like Obey continue their reign of terror. Verticality looks very different here. They'll be completely set up, walls reinforced, and looks like they'll be prioritizing two bodies, with one roaming heavy and the other one sitting on the vert. Andy, that would have worked last time, but you'll stay alive and you'll live to see another terror day as you look to try and find another body. I can't believe he died to fall damage. Shield up, no bueno. Creepy building right off of it. 5v3, make it a 2. You might as well just sit there and take it, because that's exactly what it looked like you are volunteering to do. Reset into detention. Force stretch will be denied by a mute jammer. Stim waiting for Andy after the dust settles. Everybody's dead. How else do I put it? I mean, I thought it was going to be a completely different narrative finally now that CC and Obey don't play each other. But Andy just takes that as fuel to make matters worse, as now we find ourselves in a BTA situation, as it looks to be another round very one-sided, as you can't goddamn tell. Yeah, shooting bodies, but I mean, I don't know if we're in the situation to be able to do that. We're down 2 maps, and now the match point lingers on your head as your team is now falling short at every single situation. C4 downtown connection, and that'll be round. I mean, at this point, this is just entertaining to see from my standpoint. Huh. I mean, what an impasse we find ourselves at, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, we'll head on over to the basement. We'll head on over to the bathroom, and I wonder how it'll work out. Andy swings everything. They try to rush, and boom, it's a 5v1. Hopefully, they just gotta take a stupid approach and start to have fun with it, because, all seriousness, this looks over. The play styles, the mental, the ability to play and regroup is just not there anymore. Even if it's 5-4, we're seeing something completely different. Looks like we are trolling, or hopefully I really hope that was a misclick. Zofstun used, leaving very, very useful utility gone. Blitz looking to get active here. Bars doesn't even fall, but is going to continue to play keep away because he doesn't want to fall. Andy will not win his first gunfight. If he was to win that, it would have been a little bit of a crazy take. Eagle out, Zemphy capitalizing. I told you, once you kind of let go of the serious aspect, you'll have a great time. That'll be another kill. 5.2 as they reel it back in here. They're looking to knock on the door, but if you walk in through ventilation, you'll have a nice 12 gauge to deal with here. Oh, Zemphy. Oh, Zemphy. Oh, Zemphy. Oh, Zemphy. You are going to meet your maker, and somehow you lose that gunfight. That is a full creepies moment. And now Nike finds himself in a 1v4 situation. What the hell is going on at this point? How is it 5-5? We go right back on to 1 round away from the match point, and I guess trolling is the new way to win a league, as 5.2 give themselves a fighting chance by getting themselves back on the board. I'm done with this. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm done. What is going on? Might as well just hate watch at this point, but I said once you let go of all seriousness, something can go in your favor, and that's exactly what's happening. They'll head on over upstairs. They did very good on that site, but they have to walk out of this round knowing they've just lost to a pure swarm. Weren't equipped for the handle of the pressure coming in from the blitz, and now you have to be able to try and address that yet again. They'll head on over to the second floor site. No head holes this time. No Canadian head holes. They will be playing Noah Zombie, and they'll have Snoozy camping on the other side of the map. Despite not having insane heroics, he's managed to win that one round that put his team in the lead, and honestly, that was all that mattered. Looks like a 5-man rush, the name of the game again. Nobody playing this close in jail, but Warden is AFK. Forgot his headset at home, and that is just how unserious they are at this point. First kill taken care of, but there's another one. A surge is going to be used a little too early to be able to help out. Now, Andy, you have a toe to shoot. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Oh my god, that pixel's disgusting. Andy is dealing damage to a pixel I can't even see. 4v4 left with jail being the main idea to push in here. Nike having to deal with this blitz yet again. If they can take care of the blitz, your point man is now gone. You've now lost your act. If you lose the blitz, you have a big problem, especially when Nike is handing out headshots like candy. Blitz, not checking your corners. It's Siege 101. You'll pay the price for not doing it. Andy, you're an absolute monster as you claim 3 lives. The Soul Snatcher looking for the 4th as you will ring around the corner, but double kill from Stretchy. Almost a 3rd. A great clutch was in your hand, but now it'll be match point for Obey, and I'm going to just put my face in a pillow and start to scream because Andy is just an absolute weapon for Obey. Oh my god. The man has 12, Snoozy has 13, and they are just having a blast. I mean, King Andy at this point, you walk into his crosshairs, you're deleted almost every single time. Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, do Obey have what it takes to take it home right here and right now? Because if they do, it is over. Finding the caster in an endless dilemma of not knowing what to say next. You'll now have 5-2, falling short 1 round to be able to go on to the match point. They look to continue to bring the same point men, being the Blitz. They can find this first and maybe second pick. Maybe, just maybe, overtime is a possible idea. Blitz flying on in yet again. Oh no, it's Monty and Blitz this time. Jeff looking to get active here, but no bueno. Dealing damage, Andy finds one. I mean, we might as well just call it the Andy show and spectate him. Viz, Fed 2, double kill. Andy falling 4v2. As now finally looking in the favor. We might be going to overtime. It looks like it's finally woken up, and I'm finally happy. To your right is still a continuous game of Ring Around the Rosie. Jeff Sicko looking to chow. Somebody is on the verticality, and you know where he is, but you know what he does? He'll shank you in your teeth. Business taken care of for 5-2, and we go to OT. If this goes map 4, I'm going to be slightly agitated. Quite an interesting scoreline indeed. I don't even know what to say at this point. They look to try and find Joy on the second floor site. The question is can they manage to do it? One round, ladies and gentlemen. That is enough to decide the match point here, as OT match point is imminent. There's no infinite overtime. We go to 15 rounds max, regardless of who takes it there. Now, Jeff really trying to seek refuge somewhere, but going down to 1 HP. You are now vulnerable to an impact, but Andy just caught in the moment, just can't capitalize. But Creepy, though, he's a little smarter than that and will get business done. Mew looking for my grandpa, but now it'll be Creepy's to be there to have the back of his teammate. 150 bullets, and Creepy only needs 20. As now a 4v2 puts 5.2 in the situation where you're going to have to play keep up, stretch. Now, again, what are you looking at? What are you looking for? You're baiting, you're baiting, you're baiting. We found you doing this 3 times now, and you'll still get taken down. AK-12 in your hand. So much left to do here, and you find yourself coming short almost every single round. Maybe lag. Looking now to walk in throughout the sites. Looking to walk out of sight. Trying to address this second floor. The question is, what thread, what gap are you going to be able to fall? Because from the top ropes, Bars will find ya. And that shotgun is enough to do it at that close range. Game now is in the favor of Obey. One more, ladies and gentlemen. You can crown them the victors of the Kyanite Grand Finals. Looking to break that curse. Haven't been able to say joy yet in here in this server, but it looks like they are slowly inching towards it. Disappointing, we haven't went to map 4. Still very potential. Only 2... Is it potential? Jesus. Still 2 very potential rounds for 5.2 to be able to win. It's achievable. It's realistic. Not the way they're playing, though. If we continue to watch them play Call of Duty Mobile, with Blitz and Monty flying into the fire every single time, we're not seeing any form of advance. But maybe, just maybe, they lock in and take it right here and right now, and that is just a task that is left up to them. Tom going for the rat spot. They're looking to make matters better for themselves. I mean, you have 1 round to win to make it a 15-round 7-7 OT. The question is, are you going to be up for the task? Because Andy seems to be the king of playing aggressive. Despite having a ping on the Volcan canister, he'll take his time, as you'll have the Vigil try to run out. I mean, what the hell did you expect to happen? Dash capitalizes, takes care of business, and Andy stays alive. 4v4, left at level. Viz reels it back in. I mean, 10 kills, 10 deaths. It's an interesting scoreline. Can't fault him for the aggression, but can't blame him for what we're seeing. C4 on deck, no connection, and Andy doesn't have health to spare. Snoozy taking care of that east pressure and is now dissecting it one by one. Jail, the next focal point here for the defenders, and Viz, oh my god. Quick burst fire is enough to get the job done. 2 players now sit in the depths of offices and fountain to try to address what's next up. Andy now making matters worse. The plant looks to go down by Bars. He finds himself in sight all by himself. What the hell is Stretchy looking at as he'll fall? 1v2 Monty. The last time I've seen a 1v4 clutch from a Monty was Masamitsu himself. Do they know this case is in his hand? Because it looks like they've recognized too late and it will go down regardless. The gun is out and loose and primed, as it'll be 1 man left to play Ring Around the Rosie with these defenders who are just too much to deal with, and a triple kill from Tom will allow the defuse to go through, and 7-7 will be the name of the game to potentially send us to map 4. One more round that decides the either end of this stream or the continuation of 5.2's fighting chance. Obey has been given the defense aspect of this series. They have been able to capitalize on their defenses in this series. The question is, what are we going to see here from 5.2 that'll differentiate them from the last couple of times they've tried to attack this? They've brought 1 shield up instead of the 2. It looks like they're going to take a much more passive approach, bringing Zemphy with the shield, or with the shotgun yet again. And hopefully, if they capitalize, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going home quite yet. Looking like a rush plant imminent. They switched up the roster. Osa in. Monty still been in. And Blitz to seal the deal. Rushing in through all the fire, through all the flames, taking damage. But that shotgun is lethal. What did you think was going to happen? Tom, 1 HP. Shotgun's going to deny from West Main. C4 on the doorstep of Tom, and he will fall. Stim will take care of Creepies. They're back up, and now the Osa just left in a pool of bait and hope for the best. You look to address the verticality, not before Andy sticks his face with you, and it'll be Bars to help out as well. Andy below, Bars on the front lines to make it a 5v1, and ladies and gentlemen, Zemphy is going to go seek refuge in North Korea to be able to call this game quits. Scoreline is going to leave Obey with 3 maps, and the next 2 null, as it will be the end, sadly, of this best out of 5 series. I mean, how sad does it get at this point? 15 rounds. You would have thought you would see something different. There's no way he actually clutches this. Wait, this is very achievable. Never mind. Never mind. Sigh. I mean, I don't know. I tried to stay optimistic. It's crazy to me that it even went to that point in the game, but... Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sad to tell you, but I'm not sad to tell you, because this has been my 3rd Kyanite Grand Finals. It's been a long journey as a caster, and next week marks the first year anniversary for me casting. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be the man who's brought you this production. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to sub, hit the follow button, and have a great rest of your night. No final thoughts from me. The VOD goes up in YouTube in an hour and a half. Hit me up on Twitter or Discord if you have any final revelations on what I can do to become better. Have a great rest of your night. We go night-night, and we'll see you guys later.